Hello and welcome back. If you're here for the first time, thank you for choosing to tune in. So I'm here with an update where Prince Harry and Duchess Meghan have expressed their support following the US Senate Judiciary Committee hearings on online safety for children on Wednesday. The Sussexes have published a statement and said this: "We applaud the bravery and determination of thousands of parents around the country whose advocacy resulted in this hearing." End quote. As we know, the Sussexes have been working with families to provide a support network for parents dealing with grief or who have children managing serious mental health conditions as a result of their exposure to harmful online content. So the statement went on, quote, "Over the past few years, we have spent time with many of these families, listening to their heartache and their hopes for the urgent change that is needed in the online space." They went on to say, quote, "This is an issue that transcends division and party lines, as we saw today at the Senate hearing. The best parenting in the world cannot keep children safe from these platforms." As one of the fathers shared with us, quote, "If love could have saved them, all our children would still be here," end quote. They went on to say, quote, "This is not the time to pass the buck of responsibility. It is the time to make necessary change at the source to keep our children safe," end quote. So this statement followed a congressional hearing on social media during which Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg and Snapchat CEO Evan Spiegel were among those whom senators called out for the impacts their platforms have on the general public, especially young and impressionable people. Parents of children who have suffered or died due to harmful online content or pressures were also in attendance at the hearing. During Wednesday's Big Tech and the Online Child Sexual Exploitation Crises hearing, Zuckerberg apologized after being told about the large number of female minors who had been exposed to nudity on apps that he oversees. And while facing the crowd, Zuckerberg said, quote, "I'm sorry for everything you've all gone through. It's terrible. No one should have to go through the things that your families have suffered." He added, quote, "This is why we have invested so much, and we are going to continue doing industry-wide efforts to make sure no one has to go through the things your families have had to suffer," end quote. And Spiegel apologized as well. Prince Harry and Meghan previously addressed the challenges of parenting and social media in New York in October. And Meghan shared of hearing some of the family speaking, saying, quote, "It was impossible not to be in tears hearing their stories because it's just that devastating," end quote. And Prince Harry said, quote, "I think for us, for myself and my wife, with kids growing up in a digital age, the priority here is to again turn pain into purpose and provide as much support as well as a spotlight and a platform for these parents to come together, to heal, to grieve, and also to collectively focus on solutions so that no other family anywhere has to go through what they've been through," end quote.
Being a mom is the most important thing in my entire life, and outside, of course, being a wife to this one. But I will say, I feel fortunate that our children are at an age, again, quite young, so this isn't in our immediate future. But I also feel frightened by how it's continuing to change, and this will be in front of us. As they say, being a parent, the days are long, but the years are short. So it worries me, but I'm also given a lot of hope and a lot of energy by the progress we've made in the past year, being able to have these incredible parents, these survivors of this experience, to share their stories.
That US Senate Judiciary Committee once again held a bipartisan hearing on online child safety in front of a packed room, including dozens of parents whose children had suffered or died due to online harms. Meghan and Harry have been committed to working with many of these families to provide a support network for parents dealing with grief or who have children managing mental health conditions as a result of exposure to harmful online content. So this is a timely statement. I think a few of us online had seen that clip of Mark Zuckerberg facing those parents and apologizing to them for what has been happening on the platforms that he oversees. And actually, I think this is so timely that this is being called out more and more. People are being drawn to the harms of social media, especially on young minds. I think it takes some time just to sit and reflect on what a lot of young people, teens, preteens who have access to social media go through, and the fact that now there is some data on how social media use might affect young people. It is a must right now for everyone to put aside their politics and focus on the safety of children. We've seen surveys and studies that have been carried out that have talked about the impact on the mental health of young people on social media, depending on what they see and what they do online, and the amount of time as well spent online, as well as psychological factors and maturity levels that have been impacted by what they interact with on social spaces. And here are some negative effects on teens that social media use may have. Firstly, it may distract them from homework, exercise, and family activities. It may disrupt their sleep or lead to information that is incorrect, that is biased. For example, there was a study I read a while ago where they had witnessed some algorithms actually suggesting content to children that might have self-harm or topics like that in it. Videos that encourage them to have eating disorders and on and on. And this is most important. Some teens were also exposed to online predators who sought to exploit or extort them. And not only that, cyberbullying. I think a lot of people know how it can be in schools. Now imagine that on another scale where it goes online and it may cause some children anxiety, depression. And I think this is amazing that Prince Harry and Meghan are on the front line of this. And of course, why wouldn't they be? They've had firsthand experience. Prince Harry, as a young person, thank God for his sake, there was no Facebook at the time that we saw a lot of negative headlines on him in the tabloid press, because that might have only exacerbated the stress that he was going through at that time. And he has, I think, a lot of empathy for young people on these platforms where they have been exposed to risks and negative interactions on social media that, as we've seen, the parents there have stated, have been linked with self-harm and depression, even causing some of the children to lose their lives. So this is important. And it is commendable that the Sussexes are on the front line of this, staying connected to the parents who have gone through these experiences with their children, having kids struggling and coping through what they've gone through online. Even as we know, Prince Harry and Meghan's children have experienced some type of bullying, even through social media, and it's so sad. And we have seen time and time again, even how the Sussex children have been subjected to bullying through social media. How many of you have seen the rumors that have been spread about those children online? Some even going as far as to deny their actual existence and coining names off of the children based on those rumors that are online. How many of you who hold the opinion that Harry and Meghan should not speak about this and should be quiet, and are in that camp where you believe that they should be quiet and not speak about anything? How many of you same people have interacted with, participated in, and liked negative posts about the Sussex children, questioning if they're real or not? And with the conversations that we had just the other day about the name and naming of Lilibet, which led to so much bullying about the name Lilibet, without even questioning and asking which kind of great-grandparent or grandparent would not want their grandchild or great-grandchild named after them. And also not questioning that there were so many counter reports to that story, even one backing Harry and saying the Queen thought it was a compliment and she approved of it. So just food for thought. And I think it's so fitting that Harry and Meghan have given this statement, and I'm sure that they will be continuing on to encourage parents to have more of a oversight on what their young people are doing online. And of course, this is just across the board. And as we know, sometimes social media, it's not even the reality. It's sometimes it's very curated and is very set on painting a particular, very specific image and depiction of what someone would want people to see. And it sometimes leads to a lot of false comparisons and needless pressure. And I think that it's good across the board for everyone to take stock of what they do when they're on these social spaces. And I think we can all agree that parents and caregivers need to take time to oversee what their young people are doing online and manage their time there responsibly, set rules and limits for them to go online to prevent social media from getting in the way of activities, sleep, meals, homework, and something even as simple as turning on privacy settings or monitoring your teens' accounts and having regular check-ins with your teens and young people and talking to them about how social media has made them feel and asking them if there's something that they might want to talk about online. By the way, this is across the board, not just for young people. I think we know social media is full of images that are about beauty and lifestyle that sometimes are not even realistic. It's okay to talk and explain what's okay, and also to take those social media breaks if one has to. And remember that the online world sometimes is truly just in that niche, because we know about the whole keyboard warrior thing. Some people, the things they dare to post online, they would never say them face to face. So I think this is amazing. Congratulations on the Sussexes. And for those of you who may have come across this video who think that Harry and Meghan should just butt out, I would caution you to look in the mirror and think about all the times that you have interacted with those posts about the Sussex children, rumors about their existence, rumors about those children, bullying them online, and truly judge if you are on the right in that conversation. So share your thoughts on this in the comment section below. I would love to know your thoughts. As always, before we log off, allow me here to thank those of you who support this channel financially. To all of my Patreon, PayPal, and membership supporters here, allow me to shout you out by name. A very special thank you to you. JCD, thank you so much. You've been an amazing, encouraging supporter of my work here. I truly appreciate you, and thank you so much for the love and kindness you've shown. Thank you to TCC Sun. Thank you so much for being positive and loving. Thank you for thinking of me and being such a special blessing to my work here. And a very special thank you to those of you who gave during the last live. A very special thank you to you. Alma Andrews, thank you for always being such a tremendous blessing to my work here. Thank you so much, and I love you. You go above and beyond in your giving to this channel, and I just say thank you. I love you. A very special thank you as well to you. You go by the handle Nutty Doctor. Thank you so much for how generous and supportive you have been. I do not take for granted at all the blessing that you have been here. Thank you so much, and God bless you. A very special thank you to you, Connie Balmer, who is also one of the channel moderators here, as well as a longtime supporter of this channel. Thank you. You warm my heart, and I'm so blessed to know you. I appreciate you for all that you do here, for being in the chats and your comments. You are always so engaging. Thank you. Thank you as well to Rafaela Bertoni. Thank you. You are always in the chat, and I love seeing you. You are so positive and kind. Thank you so much for giving during the last live. Grazie, sorella mia. Ti amo. Google Translate for the win. Thank you so much for your love. I appreciate you for that support. May God bless you. Once again, thank you to all who like, comment, and share. Share your thoughts on all this in the comment section below. I would love to know your thoughts, and if you liked this one, give it a thumbs up, click that subscribe button, and follow this channel on X. I would love to see you on there. Have a great day wherever you are, and I will catch you in the next one. Have a blessed one.